Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the podcast of Sons of Liberty. I am Sunny. I'm here with my two amazingly painful co-hosts.
I'm Kaiko. I play Destiny 2 a lot.
And I'm not really that painful. I don't know why you introduced us like that.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Oh yeah, kicking
Weird.
that.
Amazingly painful.
You're not even gonna
You
introduce
know the
yourself.
drill. You know the
You're not
drill.
even gonna, King Chow. You're not gonna introduce yourself.
Oh no, sorry. I should do my regular stick that I've already done like 5 times. I'm King and Echo.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do the fucking Subnautica intro.
Hello everyone, it's King Chow. Welcome back to Subnautica. Today we're going to be exploring the island.
Where's season 2? When's season 2 coming out?
Soon.
Never gonna happen.
Come on, there's a new Subnautica game already.
It's already out. I've already played it. I'll do a video on it in like
not videos in these season
3
2.
videos. Like,
Come on. All right then.
okay,
Let's get
everyone,
on our
welcome
topics today.
to.
I got this, guys.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sons of Liberty.
Oh, your frat house?
Sons of Liberty.
Oh God.
I'll live in one soon.
Okay. Let's
All
go.
right, guys. I'm gonna give his address out next episode. Just comment down below if we get 500 likes. I'll do it.
No, that's gonna be so bad.
God, I feel like I'm in a mental ward with old-ridden dementia patients.
Now you know why.
Speaking of dementia, let's talk about Joe Biden.
Joe
Biden.
Our favorite president, gives us the most content.
Alright, so Joe Biden, I think a day or two ago, he had a town hall where he addressed Don Lemon, or the Lemon Man of CNN, and he addressed various topics, ranging from the elephant in the room, which is inflation, to his dementia, and his answers are just amazing at all times. There's at one point where he said that his $2 trillion infrastructure bill will not actually raise inflation, it will decrease the inflation.
Look, here's the deal. Moody's today, when a Wall Street firm, not some liberal think tank, said if we pass the other two things I'm trying to get done, we will in fact reduce inflation. Reduce inflation. Reduce inflation.
It will. Oh, okay. It will decrease inflation.
Yeah, so inflation will reduce with his $2 trillion infrastructure plan, and Don Lemon just in the corner looking at Joe Biden like, oh my god, this old deranged man cannot answer a simple question without stumbling on himself.
You're always straight up about what you're doing. And the question is whether or not we should be in a position where you are, why can't the experts say, we know that this virus is in fact, it's going to be, or excuse me, we know why all the drugs approved are not temporarily approved, but permanently approved.
Yeah. Joe Biden, he was asked a simple question. Right?
Joe Buying?
Joe Biden.
Let's go.
More like Joe dying.
Joe dying?
Got him. He's dying.
Yo, more like Joe crying because he's.
Joe buying is all the votes. Oh.
Oh,
he actually did buy votes though.
Joe buying those votes, though.
Dude, he promised a $1,400 stimulus check if he got elected, so that's buying votes, right?
I mean, kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
It's like who's Tana Mongoose? She like sent nudes to whoever like.
Oh yeah, that was stupid.
Tana Halo Mongoose.
That was illegal and stupid. So.
I don't think she got arrested for it.
No, she definitely did not.
It's because she's a Biden supporter. What? Whoa, Biden supporters getting real good stuff.
We're not saying the DOJ is corrupt, but we are saying the DOJ is corrupt. Okay.
I mean, of course we're saying
that. Guys, fuck the state.
Yeah, let's go. I've successfully converted these two conservatards into true ANCAPs.
Oh, yep. I think we should get back to Biden. There was that one point where he answered a question, and he just could not speak, alright? If you couldn't imagine an old, doddering old man, that is Joe Biden right now. He is either on the verge of dementia, or he's just complete dementia, alright? There is no in-between for this man.
There's no in-between?
Yeah, because at some points, he sounds very coherent, but once he makes one mistake, it all just goes to shit. I mean, the shit is like Titanic. It goes under the sea. I don't
Kinda
know if that
sounds
makes
like
sense.
us, to be honest.
Everywhere
sounds
at
like
the
us.
end of Timeden.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
know,
I
you
mean,
know.
if you know, you know.
I mean, Sleepy Joe at work, to be honest. So
Honestly, it looks like he might fall asleep through half of these clips.
I'm about to fall asleep after these clips. Uh,
On lemon head. Okay. I think that's all for the town hall. Let's talk about that inflation, baby. So I saw this on Twitter, but the price of a Happy Meal increased from $3.29 to $4.89 for 4 chicken nuggets. How is that even possible?
bro, it's
Wait,
because they
really?
raised their minimum wage. Did you not
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So
Do you know why they
stupid.
raised their minimum wage?
So, why? Tell us why. Oh,
Okay,
smart Kaika.
they increased the minimum wage because the government's paying everyone to stay home, so they have to make wages competitive to the checks that people are receiving,
No.
which is increasing inflation.
Why can't we just get my chicken nuggies at like $3.29?
Three
What the
twenty
fuck?
nine. You know, it used to be $1, and now it's $3.29, and now it's $4.89. So
You
it's
know I can
like
get a pack of gum for like a quarter. Oh no, was it
Well,
5 cents?
you used to.
you used to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back in the days when I was a 5-year-old.
Oh yeah, when you go to the barber shop, you just put a quarter in with a
Uh,
gumball.
Oh, that's yeah. That's like $50 now.
God, we all sound like boomers. You know who else is a
Uh,
boomer? Joe Biden.
Joe Biden, which is who
Joe
we're
Biden.
talking about.
Joe Biden.
Flawless segue to the topic we're already talking about.
I mean, we have more to talk
What
about
is
here.
this? Sleepy Chow now?
Sleepy Joe.
No,
Nickname,
never.
Sleepy Chow.
Sleepy.
All right. Fucking it's
Yeah.
stupid. Whatever. Next topic.
So also, something stupid, right, is when Joe Biden says that Facebook is killing people. All right, this is really
What?
stupid on every
Is your
way.
man? He would never.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know why HAL 9000 is being blamed of murdering people. Okay, the airlock wouldn't open. It's not his fault. Okay, it's slander.
Look,
It's
on one hand, Democrats are saying that Facebook's a private company and it could do whatever it wants when it wants to censor conservatives, right?
right.
But on the other hand, Facebook doesn't like that Ben Shapiro is receiving more traffic than CNN. So, when Biden says Facebook is killing people, what it really means is if you don't subdue to what I'm saying, we're going to regulate you. The
Wait,
next day,
So,
yeah.
are you saying that when Biden says that Facebook is killing people, he means it as a good thing?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Okay.
Oh my God, we live in clown world.
It's all really dirty politics, all right? And then the next day, literally the next day, Joe Biden has a press conference for whatever reason, and he walks back what he said the other day about Facebook killing people. Then he said 12 individuals are killing people. And Ben Shapiro pointed out that by the transitive property, the 12 people are killing people, right? Facebook is killing people.
Bro.
Dang.
So Joe Biden is basically saying, get these people off Facebook or we're going to regulate you. Right?
Oh
They
yeah.
wanted-
Also, I think this was a sentiment that wasn't just shared by Joe Biden, but actually a lot of prominent government officials in the past couple weeks have been outwardly saying that if social media companies do not fix their freedom of speech problem, then they're gonna have to come in and regulate them for them, which is completely absurd considering these are the same government officials who said that they as private communication forums don't have any right to be regulated, but only when they were blocking people that they politically didn't like. But you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's all dirty politics. And I'm not saying it only happens on the left, but right now it's really happening on the left.
I mean, can anyone in this call actually like say a prominent example of the reverse?
No.
Not really.
Like in the past 15 or 20 years.
Look, I'm sure there's going to be some weird ass Republican who is a racist, right? Who believes in fascism, and when you believe in fascism, you believe in the suppression of speech. But if you ask any classical Republican or Libertarian, what they'll tell you is they believe in the fundamental rights of the Constitution, which grants you freedom of speech, right? That is what makes someone a libertarian or a Republican.
And if I may just say really quickly about Republicans, it's kind of an oxymoron to say that like some Republicans are secretly like fascist or whatever, because
Yeah.
fascism is a totalitarian ideology. Republicanism is like center right. So
Yeah.
I mean, you have all these leftists saying that everyone who disagrees with them is literally Hitler, or like literally worse than Hitler, and literally a Nazi. And the thing is, it's like, you have all of these people who are advocating for, like, freedom and liberty, and they're being called fascists. It's like, oh, you fascists, and your pulls out random card, freedom. It's like, bro.
And it's ironic, right? The Democrats, who are for democracy, right? And they're definitely not fascists, are willing to sacrifice your civil liberties in order to preserve what they feel like is the next hot button issue of the day. Whether that be gun rights or your freedom of association or your freedom of dissociation, right? It's horrible.
Alright.
Yeah, Tom Brady. Woo.
Alright, yo, guys. My only topic that I'm actually interested in talking about today, guys.
Or in the whole podcast.
Tom Brady did a. Yeah. Tom Brady had a house meeting, whatever thing.
What?
Like they went to White House
Yeah.
because they won the Super Bowl, and they do every time a team in the NFL wins the Super Bowl, the team goes to the White House, and either the team captain or the quarterback, typically it's the quarterback, gives a speech. And so Tom Brady did a speech, and he was talking about the season and how they were 7-3, and people were saying, "Yo, Tom Brady's lacking. He's sleepy Tom." And then he started like looking at Joe Biden, like, yeah, sleepy, because people called Joe Biden Sleepy Joe, and
Oh
they
my
called
god. Did
Brady
Tom
Sleepy Brady. And
did
so it's
Tom
kinda
Brady
weird.
clown on Joe Biden?
Now that's the interesting thing. Both sides are taking this differently. The left seems like, yo, Tom Brady's like laughing and supporting Joe Biden, while the right is saying that Tom Brady's making fun of Joe Biden.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta say right here, right now, Kaika, I'll let you finish, but Kanye moment. But okay, you have to do some serious fucking mental yoga to come out with the conclusion that Tom Brady looking over at Joe Biden when he's being called Sleepy Tom is somehow in support of Joe Biden, with the prior knowledge that Sleepy Joe is a nickname that many people on the right actively call him, with good reason. But it's like, how do you come up with that conclusion? Because, the leftists always want to make out the people on the right, and even just right of center, as completely unreasonable and completely unwilling to say even the nicest thing about their candidate. So in this situation, wouldn't the left and the right be agreeing that it's clowning on Joe Biden, and then disagree about whether or not that's a fair thing to joke about? I guess not. I guess they have absolutely zero self-awareness.
Yeah, I mean, one important thing to note is Tom Brady is a Republican.
Yeah.
That has a MAGA hat, so
Yeah.
so it's very hard for me
Trump
to.
support.
Yeah, it's very hard for me to believe that he somehow was joking with Joe Biden and not
Clowning on him.
clowning on him. Yeah,
Yeah.
but maybe I'm getting this all wrong. Maybe we're all wrong. Who knows?
Maybe everyone is wrong.
Yeah.
It's possible.
What if Tom Brady's not real?
Centrist moment.
I mean, yeah,
7
Tom
Super Bowl
Brady's-
rings, first to be ever done.
It doesn't
crazy.
sound like a real person. Sounds like a bot.
mean,
Sounds like a bot.
Yeah.
He totally doesn't have more rings than any NFL team in the history of the NFL.
I gotta say that this topic was, actually pretty interesting. So interesting, in fact, that we're gonna move on to Nancy Pelosi.
Was it going from a legend, a goat, to like a dumb whore? Okay.
Dumb whore.
Bruh.
She's worth like $100 million plus.
Okay.
And, a
Fucking
lot of
Tom
that
Brady's
is
worth millions, hundreds of millions of dollars.
no. Okay. I don't know why I said that, but yeah.
You
Anyways,
heard it here first, folks.
Tom Brady
uh,
is better than Nancy Pelosi. All right, let's go.
no one's arguing that. But let's talk about Nancy Pelosi. So she was giving out a speech, as per usual. Nothing was too interesting about it until she said, and I'm quoting her, "As a devout Catholic and mother of 5 in 6 years, I feel that God blessed my husband and me with our beautiful family." But she goes on to say that taxpayer-funded abortion is an issue of fairness and justice for poor women in our country.
As a devout Catholic and mother of 5 in 6 years, I feel that God blessed my husband and me with our beautiful family, 5 children, 6 years almost to the day. But that may not be what we should, it's not up to me to dictate that that's what other people should do. And it's an issue of fairness and justice for poor women in our country.
So, if we're really reading into this, she said, "I'm a Catholic, right? But I
A
also
devout
hate
Catholic.
What is
Yeah.
she, the Pope?
Literally
she
the
might
Pope.
be.
Literally the Pope.
I mean, she probably has
Preaches
connections to
out
the Pope.
like preaches all about the Bible, but then goes against the Bible.
Yeah, that's the whole funny thing.
The
you know?
Bible, that's just some 5,000-year-old book. I mean, I support it, but it's not science, you know? It's not real, but
Yeah,
also
it doesn't have
like
any gays in it. Gosh.
oh my god,
Yeah.
right? Can we get some LGBT representation up in this piece of historical literature?
Damn. I mean, yeah. Jesus loves all, right, guys?
I mean, Jesus
I mean-
Jesus wouldn't be a homophobe. No.
Yeah, these policies are just insane, and some of these
Yeah.
people are crazy.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. This has nothing to do with policy.
Well, I think she was talking about the $2 trillion infrastructure plan, and she somehow pivoted to Catholic.
No,
to
but
Catholic
like,
religion.
the important part isn't that she's like, you know, saying that abortion as an institution should be you know, controlled by the government to streamline to help poor women. That's not the point of this tangent to this topic. The point was that we're clowning on her, that she says that she's a devout Catholic and directly went against Catholic teachings by definition.
By the way, can I mention something?
Yes?
So, like, the comments in this video is quite amazing. So one guy commented, "I reject any holy book that is pro-slavery." And then someone else responded to that person and said, "Awesome, the Bible is for you," because the Bible is not pro-slavery, which is just,
Wait, is the
great.
Bible, like, anti-slavery? Is that a thing that, like, is mentioned,
I mean-
or is it just, like, neutral?
it doesn't mention it. I'm sure
Wait,
it
what?
goes
What
against
does it mention?
slavery.
I don't think it says anything about slavery. It depends.
Yeah, but
I mean,
it's all
depends on
about
the version.
morality, right?
I mean, it depends on the version of the Bible you're getting.
I mean, I'm almost sure that, you know, the OG Bible was probably written by people who had slaves.
Well, technically, the OG Bible is the Quran.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about the hate guy soon.
The hate
Probably
guy?
at the end. Yeah, they gave us hate.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about the hate comment.
All right, back to COVID-19, I guess.
Yeah, COVID-19. So this, I don't know how we're segueing into COVID-19, but we are, all right. So the big news of the week now, this is that LA County, which is a province in California, is mandating that everyone, even if you're vaccinated, needs to wear a mask.
Nope. Not happening.
Yeah.
Not
I
happening.
mean, when I was in vacation, I wore a mask everywhere. Even in the resort, I wore a mask.
Bro.
So, yeah, and I am vaccinated.
I went to a
Alright.
7-Eleven like 2 days ago, and no one was
Sub.
wearing masks.
Sub.
What the fuck? What did I just hear?
Did you
Joe?
ask for some tech support too? Because I think he needs some right now.
That is so bad.
I'm saying my last name. Oh my gosh.
Sonny Hawkeye. You telling me
What?
that even though you had no obligation to, and
What?
even though you would be no more protected by it or protecting anyone else
What?
by it, that you
What?
wore a mask even though you were
What?
vaccinated?
Yeah.
Just because the government told you to.
No, because I'm like already adjusted to it, so I'm like, not like legit. Every time I go out, I just grab a mask and put it on.
Oh my god.
I think, Joe, I think to some people the mask is it's like a comfort thing.
NPC, not real people. AI.
NPC?
You're an AI.
You don't go
NPC.
outside. You don't go outside.
Yeah, that's
begin with.
that's what makes me a real one. I don't go outside. I don't touch grass.
Real NPC, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least I'm not the one wearing masks when I don't have to.
You don't go outside, so you don't have to at all.
No. Chow goes outside every day.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
He goes outside to get his food from the door because he orders Postmates every day. Come on.
Wow, this VR is
Chill out.
so convincing. I can almost feel the grass. Okay, nah, but for real, this is fucking bullshit. I am never going out with a mask ever again.
You don't go out.
Well,
Exactly, my point still stands.
Look, Chow, I think if you go to a Ralph's, I think they require you to wear masks.
Okay,
Yeah, some
but-
stores require you.
Okay, if after the mask mandate being lifted, it is reinstated, I see no reason for a company with its head on straight to require you to wear masks. It doesn't make sense.
The
there's these-
sentiment, go for it.
Aren't these like these new variants like Delta and other
Okay,
ones?
so
But
I'll
you're
talk
fine
about
if
that.
you're vaccinated. The difference with the mask mandates before was we didn't have any effective resistant against it. We didn't have the vaccine. Now we do.
But it's like it doesn't work 100%.
Oh my god. We
It's
don't
okay.
need
Still get it.
100%.
Look, this is in regards to the Delta variant, which has been the predominant virus strain in America. 95% of all COVID-19 infections are from
95.
Okay, I'll explain the other 5. Are from unvaccinated people. Now, the 5% is very interesting because there's a lot of concern about the testing equipment that is used to test those people. Because theoretically, it's very, not impossible, but unlikely that you get the virus after you're vaccinated, right? All of these people only have one shot. A lot of these people are breakthrough cases. But also, a lot of these people are actually getting COVID-19 asymptomatically, but are being confirmed that they're COVID positive. But they also have the vaccine. So this creates this murky water where there could be a possibility where COVID testing is inaccurate, which does happen sometimes, and it's not actually displaying the true status of the person. I think a good case is DC, Washington, D.C. A lot of the population is vaccinated, and 99.95% of all new COVID cases are from
0.5.
unvaccinated people.
0.05%.
Oh my god.
Right, but I just mentioned that a lot of the testing can be done very in murky waters, and there will be some breakthrough cases. Now, people with the vaccine haven't died from the virus. If you got the Pfizer Moderna, there's some correlation with heart disease with Johnson and Johnson, but even then, it's hard
It's
to really
shaky.
conclude.
It's
That
shaky.
yeah, it's really hard to make some
I've
type
been
of
told
connection.
for months that Johnson
Yeah.
and Johnson was a less effective vaccine,
Yeah.
and realistically, I can say with some confidence that it probably is not, and even if it is, it doesn't matter.
It is very much less.
Look, even if you get the virus when you have the J&J shot, you're gonna get probably asymptomatic symptoms,
or very reduced symptoms. You're
Right.
not gonna have a terrible time.
you will survive most likely.
And of course,
it's
you know,
gonna be
the appeal about the Johnson & Johnson was, of course, it's one shot. And that's a really big thing, you know, I just realized maybe I shouldn't be saying this on the podcast. Let's move on.
okay. Let me rebuttal Sonny's point. Right? How many people die to the common flu.
Quite a bit.
More people than COVID-19 if you're
Okay.
vaccinated.
That was okay. You know, that was the same point of like,
Uh,
yo, more
um,
people are getting the flu.
Right, but we don't
here.
wear masks when it's flu season, right?
We don't.
Because we realize, well,
It's
of
just
course,
not
some
mandated.
people,
Okay.
right? But
At
we
some
realize that there
point-
is some type of risk. There's some type of risk assessment that you have to make, and you're a responsible person, so you'll make that.
And this is sort of the
There's
point
something
that
to
I
though.
think that, I'm trying to make into an extent trying to make. Fuck. Kaika's trying to make. Okay.
Oh my god. The
Okay.
amount of bloopers.
Here's the thing, right? At some point, we have to live with COVID. It's just the truth. We can't be locked down anymore. It's killing us. It's killing us more than this virus ever could. The slow degradation and degeneration of us being essentially hermit people, not allowed to go outside, not allowed to go to our jobs, constantly in a loop of relying on a government that is slowly falling apart by its own programs and services and incompetency. We can't keep being locked down. We have to start doing things for ourselves. We have to start being people again. And this is something, this constant, mulling over the semantics of vaccine effectiveness and Delta variants and whatever. The truth is, from what I've seen, from what we've all seen, the statistics, as they have shown us right now, are pretty clear. This is not going to be like the first outbreak, but it's being treated the same as or worse, and we can't let that stand. We have to be able to go back to normal life. At some point, we have to say, okay, there's this virus, and it might be around for another couple years, but we can't let that impede the progress of our economy, of our society. There are people who are completely getting, prim-locked in terms of their, social standing because they haven't talked to anyone for a year, and they've forgotten how to socialize. That combined with, a rampant abuse of social media and, a newfound addiction for multiple generations that is inherently systemic and multiple different problems has crippled our society. And it's only being worse by this pandemic. If we want to come out of this with an arm and a leg to stand on, it has to be as free people. I'll keep saying that till the day I die. And with this pandemic, it might be sooner than I'd wish.
Look, the reality with this right now, this third, fourth wave, is it's not a pandemic for vaccinated people. It's a pandemic for unvaccinated people. So if you're vaccinated, you should probably live life as you did a year ago or a year and a half ago at this point. If you're unvaccinated, be a little bit more careful. Try and avoid big gatherings.
And try and
please
get
go
the vaccine
vaccinated.
if you can.
Right.
But
There's
that's it.
Right. There's no real data to suggest that you're at real danger if you have the vaccine.
And
There
even
just
if
isn't.
you were, a response like this has been proven not to work. Even if we were back to the same sort of danger status as the beginning of the pandemic, considering what the entire world has been through, especially in first world nations, we cannot continue this. Reasonably, we cannot. We must find a workaround. Pandemics and lockdowns don't work. Anyways.
Yeah, that's COVID rant. Yeah.
Right?
Alright, now to a very poggers, epic the person we praise
Very
the most.
based person.
We praise this person a lot.
For being
Don,
based.
Joe Biden. We're talking about Joe Biden again.
Joe
Yep.
Biden.
Joe Biden, best
Just
president.
kidding. Get wrecked, nerds. You actually thought. We're talking about the man, the myth, the legend, Donald Trump. I'm kidding. Ben Shapiro.
You can't make that same joke twice in a row. It's
Nah.
Like a double thing. They won't- they don't-
Comedic
they won't-
master.
They won't see it coming.
Comedic
Yeah, for sure,
genius.
dude.
Okay, yeah, we're talking about based Shapiro.
Base Shapiro. God. So I'll give some context as per usual.
As
Ben
always.
Shapiro, or NPR, which is a publicly funded news source by taxpayers, made a story on Ben Shapiro saying that he's conservative and some of his articles lead to misinformation. Thus, he should be presumably shut down. Now, this is very interesting because, as I mentioned before, NPR is publicly funded. So, a guy that pays taxes to essentially fund the news source is being attacked by the news source. It's crazy.
It's great. It's fantastic.
Yep. So a lot of people have been calling to defund NPR, which I'm
Based.
not. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like we're all on the fence on that, or maybe
No.
Chow, you're
Based.
just
Based.
yeah.
Defund NPR.
Yeah. I mean, I want to be. Yeah, I'll be okay with it. Fuck it.
I mean, not like in a defund the police kind of way, just like, consumer boycott, peaceful protest kind of thing,
The problem is the government's very bad at recognizing when something is going to shit. So if something goes to shit, they won't immediately defund it. They'll probably give it a couple more years, and then they'll cut it out, which is just amazing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because, the government isn't an incompetent device and is no longer necessary in our current society.
So, in the article, right, they mentioned that Ben Shapiro is doing very well. He has more engagement on Facebook than any mainstream news company out there, which includes CNN, The Wall Street Journal, and NBC News, which is crazy when you think about it, right? Just absolutely insane, and he's done a lot for a lot of people. Now, in the article, they mention that Shapiro, he's bad because of his politics, which is, when you really think about it, well, why aren't they calling for CNN to be taken off the air because their politics? It's because they have a political preference. So, yeah. I guess that's all I have to mention on that part. You guys have any thoughts?
No. No thoughts.
NPR.
If it doesn't have football or gaming, no thoughts.
Okay.
Oh, and Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's football.
Wait. Oh.
The most known football player of all time.
Tom Brady.
What about Kaepernick? That guy.
Oh yeah,
The
but that's for
dealer.
black.
That's for what?
Wait, what?
Colin Kaepernick. He's the. Remember? Okay, Chow.
Really
You know what?
Wait, no, hold on. Wait, what did you say?
Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, no, after that.
He's one of the more known football players in the world.
Oh,
No.
no, I actually don't like him because he supports CRT. Yuck.
He has an afro.
It's not a it's not a joke
What the
anymore.
fuck does that have to do with anything? He has an afro.
No, he had an afro once, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I know.
It's pretty wild afro. I just thought about it. It just like bogged my mind.
I feel like he's the guy that not started political protest in games, in sports games, but he sort of started the trend of kneeling to the flag or looking away from the flag.
Kneeling?
He was the
Kneeling?
first NFL player to do that.
Did someone say kneeling?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we're gonna talk about more Ben Shapiro.
No, I mean,
Nah.
like, this guy seems, very interesting.
Colin Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick is
So you said he supports CRT.
yeah, he does support CRT.
Okay, so do you think that when he says critical race theory, do you think he's just talking about the kind they teach in leftist communities?
What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you copy and pasting shit?
The segment's probably gonna cut out anyways because
What are you doing?
All
Chow,
right,
are you on the document?
you have so much work to do.
What is he doing?
Wait, what?
Look at the doc.
Yo, wait, who sabotaged the doc? Among Us,
Pussy.
sussy sabotage.
All right. Okay.
Okay, enough.
Should we
enough,
talk about the next
enough,
topic?
Enough edgy, funny races.
Back from our break. We're talking about Tom Brady of.
Back from our break. Yeah, no, we're not cutting that out. I'm getting canceled. It's time.
we're
Back
gonna talk
from
about the
stuff.
We're okay. Basically, we're gonna talk about more about the Tom Brady of politics, Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, sure.
Didn't we already start talking about Ben Shapiro?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but we have
more.
one other thing about him.
Uh,
So, teachers were fired in an Oregon school because they sent an email to Ben Shapiro. This is a publicly funded school, by the way. They sent an email to Ben Shapiro saying that they believe it's wrong that their school in Oregon allows biologically male students to enter into female bathrooms, which is because, the transgenderism movement, and they got fired for that.
wait, but can they get fired for that? Like,
I,
is it legal?
I don't know because I don't know. To
Is
be honest,
legal
I don't
where
want
we
to
are?
say.
You know if it is legal where we are, not Oregon, but like where we are.
I'm sure it's not legal, but I don't know. I'm walking on shaky limbs here. If I really
Uh,
say anything,
I guess
I
we
just
gotta
think it's
ask only one person, Kanye.
Kanye, dude. But what do you guys think about that
It's kind
firing?
of fuck. Oh my bad, I gotta use PJ words.
And
It's fucking
honestly, I wasn't really paying attention. I was just thinking of more jokes in my head.
Oh my god.
Alright, anyway, it's freaking stupid. The bathroom thing, whatever. Have their gender closet in the bathroom, alright?
Look, I think it's different when you say something rather than act on it. These teachers were obviously just voicing their opinions, and they voicing their opinions in private life, may I add.
Is that
Um,
not protected by the Constitution?
I don't
It
look.
is.
It's an Oregon school, so maybe
Yeah.
it's disconnected from the federal government, right? Now, there is the case to be made that if it's on federal property, which I don't know if it is, that their constitutional rights are protected, and that is a very true and tried statement. I don't know the full implications of the story. I'm just saying it's kind of fucked up.
It is fucked up. I think the teachers should take legal action if they can, and sue the school.
Yeah. And if they can't take
Defund the
legal
school.
action, then we got big problems here.
Come on, guys, say it with me. Defund the schools. Defund, the schools.
Defund the schools.
Come on. Well, we're gonna put it on Twitter now.
I mean,
Defund the public schools.
to be fair, in New York,
Soundboard.
the highest funded public school network in America has one of the poorest SAT and ACT
Honestly, you know what? I'm just saying. I think if we're gonna make the real social change that we want to see in the world, we have to be more radical.
Fuck the state.
You know what? I wasn't gonna say those exact words, but now that you say it like that,
I took 'em
honestly
out of your
I'm
mouth.
convinced.
You know what?
Just
If you guys
fuck
don't,
the
if you
state.
get, all right, put this, give 500 likes. Not only will I post, Kaika's address to where he's gonna live for the next couple years, but also I'll put, fuck the state on my personal Twitter.
Or just put it on the actual.
Nah.
Yeah, Soul Twitter. Put it on Soul
I'm
Twitter.
not. I don't have that login.
I'll do
I
it.
do.
I'm gonna change the password to the Instagram now.
No, not the Instagram. It's so important.
It's so important that like legit nothing's been on it since episode 12.
Alright, look at the.
The last
Twitter.
good episode.
Pain.
12 was the last good
Watch-
episode.
Watch the people who are on here gonna watch it and they're gonna be like, "Ree, why was it not good?" And then you're gonna be like, stay mad," and I'm gonna have to be the one explaining it to them.
What,
Anyways,
what are you talking about?
let's go.
You
to the
sound like
next
a
topic.
rambling dementia patient. Speaking of which, it goes on into our next topic, I think.
How does that go into our next
I don't
topic?
understand. Maybe Fauci.
Yeah, because he's like... Oh, sorry, he doesn't have dementia. He has schizophrenia because he's hallucinating all of the droplets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
let's just go
Perfect
with that.
segue. Perfect segue.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice segue. So,
Nice segue.
yeah.
It's a good segue. All right.
Shall I
would you
give
like to-
context?
Yeah.
You give the context.
All
around
right.
the podcast. We
Context
just
slave.
give
Context slave.
Our
So-
opinions that don't really matter.
I'm
Damn.
No, it
Damn.
is true. It is true.
I mean,
Nah.
to those one viewers out there, thank you for watching.
Excuse me, we have over 230 unique viewers. Thank you
On
very
our
much.
clips, maybe, but not on our podcast.
Maybe this will be a clip, you know?
Honestly, when we really make it big, I just want
Oh,
like
cool. Calm down there, buddy. Calm down.
okay,
All right, we're not going
if I want one clip of just a compilation of all of my
Oh,
in 1
no.
minute.
You know, we actually weren't doing so bad with the channel. We got 500 views this whole month, alright?
Where's our subscribers, bro? All right,
Yeah, they
for all of
did.
you who aren't subscribed and watching, click the subscribe button. All right, help us get chow clips. All right,
No.
come on, we're doing it. I don't care. You know what? Yeah. All right.
And then donate on Patreon so I can buy an official N-word pass.
You know, that's it. That's it. We're making a Patreon as we speak.
Yup. Give us money, money.
Okay. Context time.
Yeah. Dr.
yeah.
Fauci, the
Dr. Fauci.
droplets.
That's okay.
So if you've been living under a rock, Dr. Fauci and Rand Paul's a senator. They've sort of had a fuel for like the past year. Yeah.
Dr. Fauci is not a good guy.
Do we need to really explain who Dr. Fauci is?
We need to explain. I live under a rock.
Okay, Dr. Fauci is the head person of the virology section of the government, which I don't
What
even
is
know.
biology?
Shut up.
It's
All right.
exactly what it sounds like, you concave head ass.
By the way, the reason why we have, the sole reason why we have this is just proof that we have too many sections of the government. Why do we
Yep.
have the head guy of the Virology Institute?
Oh my
That's
god.
so weird.
Preach. Let's go. Kaika finally being based?
Yeah, we need a Wi-Fi section though. of the government.
I
bro,
think we have
for
a
real,
bandwidth
though.
section.
we don't have a cybersecurity, but we have a Wi-Fi.
Okay,
What is
No,
it?
okay, you
we
know what?
have-
Okay, we need cybersecurity and we need a fiber optic section of the government. That's something that like is a service that I would actually argue
I think-
should be like provided, because the internet has become such an essential part of everyday use that, I mean, it's a good thing that it's privatized, because obviously the private sector does do things better, but on large scale projects like this, it does actually kind of make sense that a nation should have at least a basic level of internet infrastructure instead of private companies constantly fighting for cell towers and fiber optic cable. A limited portion of this exists in poorer countries like African countries that are paid for by other countries. And
Well,
we could easily have that in America. Sunny Hawkeye.
Well-
Go ahead.
Well, as I said in like episode 12, I believe, go watch it. I said that the cyber security should be part of the military, and since they
I
get so much
completely
funding,
agree.
and so it would really help out the country because
And honestly, we should have we should have for hire cybersecurity experts, technicians, and white hat hackers that work for the government be treated as a type of lower class veteran.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, we sort of got to buy out all the hackers from Russia and just pay them double their salary.
Bro,
imagine.
not just Russia, but even in America.
And North Korea.
Just buy out Anonymous. Like
Just do it.
just
Just
do
do
it.
it.
Just like
Just do
like
it.
honestly,
It's like that one
actually.
meme. Like Shia LaBeouf, just do it.
I mean, we don't care about money in this country. Just do it.
I mean, clearly. Oh, or like that other meme. You wouldn't steal a car.
Nah, like that one
Or,
meme.
no, sorry, you wouldn't download a car.
You wouldn't- it's like that one meme, Don Toretto. It's family.
Okay.
What? Okay, let's go back to Fauci.
Go back to the topic.
So yeah, let's go back to Fauci. So Rand Paul is a senator. Fauci is the head of the virology section of the government. They've had a feud for like the past year-ish. It's about more of Rand Paul grilling Dr. Fauci, because he's taken virtually every position possible when it comes to masks, vaccines, and masks again. So over the weekend, or maybe it was a couple days ago, I can't remember the exact date, Rand Paul basically told Fauci, yo, why is the US funding under your leadership gain of function research? Now, we talked about this in the 12th episode. Gain of function research is research. The legal definition, let's talk about that first. The legal definition is increasing virus transmissibility rate from humans. Now, Fauci's response to Rand Paul's statement was, we didn't increase the virus transmissibility rate from humans. We funded research that increased the transmissibility from animals to humans. Which is like, at this point, you're playing a semantics game where the slightest of words has a difference, yes, to a legal standard, but no one cares about that. We're talking about the real world here.
Right.
Impacted billions of people.
The
no
practical
one cares about
world.
legal semantics. Yeah. So, legally, Fauci did not lie to Congress, which is something Rand Paul pointed out. Fauci said that unequivocally he's never funded any gain-of-function research. But if we take the real world into consideration, he probably did. All right, no one cares about the legal definition, and he won't be under scrutiny because it's all about the legal definition. I think it's kind of fucked up. Fauci's obviously in a weird territory right now where, yeah, sure, he's kind of right, but he's also morally fucked, if that makes sense.
Honestly.
So,
honestly, if I had to portray Dr. Fauci, it's like when you're in like a sort of like moderate abusive relationship, and like they're always trying to make excuses for what's going on, and they say like they've changed, and like the situation's different and it's serious this time, but it's just BS. They're just gonna hurt you again, and like this, it's always about putting us back under lockdown and increasing the restrictions on our freedoms, and it is kind of an abusive relationship when you think about it. Fuck the state. That's kind of all I have to say.
Gosh.
No. I mean, it's a power grab game, right? So
Always.
the Democrats see this as an opportunity to bolster the power.
Oh, actually, I did want to mention a quick thing on that before we go to our, I believe, next and final topic. And you can consider this like a little mini dilute that I always do in these episodes. And that is that I think it's important to illustrate very clearly. We've been putting pieces of this together since episode 1, but I really want to put it together here, and that is that I'm going to say Democrats here. When I'm talking about Democrats, I'm talking about the American left. This includes people who don't consider themselves Democrats. Maybe Democrat is too moderate of a term. This includes, to an extent, centrists, because center-left is the center now. This includes, to an extent, everything from the moderates of moderate to hardcore tankies to ANCOMs to the Antifa people. Those last two are the exact same. And that is that the Democrats and American leftists have used, continue to use, and unless stopped will continue to use, tragedy to bolster their arguments, make their claims, support their causes, and silence dissidents. Now, it's not hard to see. In almost every case, the leftist argument is inherently that the sky is falling. I mean, let's think of a prominent example. Climate change. They've been barking about climate change for 20, 30 years? That it's like a really urgent issue. And that if we don't solve climate change, we're going to die in 10 years or something, right? And yes, there are plenty of moderate leftists who give more reasonable estimates that we're all going to die in 100 years. But even still, the thing about climate change, the thing about this large issue that they're saying is, we need to impose socialism because capitalism is causing climate change. It is the evil greedy capitalists that are exploiting the planet to create this situation that we are in that will only continue to get worse until the capitalists are overthrown and the heads are chopped off and their money is redistributed. This is their end game. This has always been their end game. Looking back at the example that we've been talking about most recently, because it's the most relevant, COVID. COVID-19 was fundamentally not that big of a deal. Now, did a lot of people die? Yes. Did it spread a lot? Arguably, yes. Was it more important than a regular flu, and was it right for our government and our, citizens and our world to take some type of action? If nothing else, just to get their feet on the ground and know what to do. Yes. But look where we are now. We've been locked down for a year and a half. Things that were finally looking like they were opening up. And it's the leftists saying that we need to close again. It's the leftists saying that even if you're vaccinated, you still need to wear that mask. You still need to wear that symbol that you're ready to do whatever the government tells you. Why do they want that? Because then soon, the government is going to start providing for all of those loyal people. And then, those people are going to become either incapable or unwilling to fend for themselves. They will be reliant on a state. And then, at that point, the state has full control. Over the entire populace, over the entire country, maybe the whole entire world. I mean, that's why every country in the Western world, at the very least, has been making a serious conflict of interests between libertarians and conservatives, at least to some degree, on the right, who want to, be free, versus, leftists who want to constantly stay locked down forever. Because they want the government to take care of them. They're not ready for the real world, and so they'd much rather live in this bubble. But again, it's back to the end game that I talked about with climate change. The end goal is the billionaires' heads get chopped, the wealth gets redistributed, communist utopia. It fails, they don't care, wasn't real communism, start again. It's a toxic ideology, and it will continue to wriggle its way into every corner of our society unless we stop it. This was the fundamental idea behind the Red Scare. And I'll be honest, we took it too far. But the idea was still not that bad. That communism, socialism, and a lot of types of extreme leftism need to be curved because they all lead in the same place. It's people getting killed just for having more than others, those things being redistributed, the value evaporating, everyone's starving because there's no wealth, and there's nobody creating things for others, and everyone just dying. That's the end game. And, in a way, someone could make the argument that I'm kind of doing the same thing, that I'm saying that the sky is falling because we have all this leftists, but the thing is, right, reasonably, this is a crisis that was made by people, not by circumstances. Climate change was agreed upon to be man-made, but it was man-made over a long course of time, and so it doesn't go in that category. COVID was possibly man-made in a Wuhan lab, but again, it's more about the circumstances of the virus, not the people who made it. The point is, the rising issue of leftism in academia, in the media, in our cultural zeitgeist as the common culture, leading us towards a world of governmental dependence and governmental overinflation, is a future that I don't think anyone with their heads on straight really wants. But it's a future that we're going to go for because they're constantly saying that the sky is falling, and everyone believes them. I'm not saying don't take COVID seriously, but, to some degree, this happened because everyone believed the hype. They believed that, the lockdowns were necessary to ensure people's safety. that everyone had to stay inside, that everyone had to mask up, that everyone had to stay 6 feet apart, if nothing else, just as a show as common decency. It is this common decency that has allowed a sort of common submission among the normal man. What is this for? It's for their end goal. It's not for your end goal. It's not for my end goal. It's for theirs. And I'm tired of it. And I'm sure you are too. So if there's anything to take from all of our episodes, there are other messages and there are other points, as Sunny and Kaika have disseminated. But if there was a point for me, for my third of this podcast, it would easily be that don't buy into their hype. When the leftists say that the sky is falling, it's probably not that bad. Anyways, I've ranted enough. We can go on to the last topic, you guys.
Cool. I don't know how to transition from
All right,
that.
so from Chow talking on, let's talk about people who talk about as well. Yeah. So
That
basically,
is a weird transition.
we're talking about Bernie Sanders. All right.
Well, sort of, but yeah.
Actually,
Well,
I have an alright.
Bernie
I have an
Sanders,
alright
basically.
transition if you want. What's the end goal of leftism? That's right, billionaires getting their heads cut off. What if the billionaires don't want to get their heads cut off? Well, if communism spreads worldwide, they'll have no other options. Unless they find a place where they can finally escape the evils of leftism. Space! That's
there we
right.
go.
The billionaires are going to space, and Bernie Sanders is crying. Kaika, take it away.
So, over the past week, many billionaires went to space. Richard Branson, I don't know if he went to space, but he definitely was close to space. Jeff Bezos, the richest man on the planet, went to space. And the weird socialist guy who's upset when he loses Florida because he supports communism is mad. And he's mad because, and I'll quote him, maybe there's a problem with an economic system which sees a handful of billionaires grow their wealth massively during a pandemic and zoom around space in rocket ships, while millions of people struggle to keep a roof over their heads in the richest country on Earth. This is a weird take because, and I can't remember who was talking about this, but someone made a good point, and I'll try and link in the description. But they said that it's much more efficient when the private sector takes care of this issue because we saw it play out with the government. The government was very inefficient in spending the taxpayer dollars in funding a rocket ship that goes to space. And these billionaires are spending no taxpayer dollars and are funding them themselves with no government expenditures, besides maybe a couple tax rebates, but that's not coming out of our pocket. And they're doing it at the expense of themselves. So there's really no big issue with this. I don't really understand his point that it's a bad thing that billionaires can go to space. It's actually a really good thing. Maybe new planets could be privatized, which would be better for the human race. Chow, you probably have a lot to add to this.
Well, I mean, I did just go on a fucking huge rant diatribe for like the past 12 minutes, so I'll lay off for a bit. Don't worry, I'll have a lot to say later.
Or Saudi.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, so I don't really have much to say about this. Bernie grow up.
Bernie, grow up.
I just grow up. We
Bernie.
need to be more innovative.
Bernie, eat a tissue. It's okay.
Come on, I get it. You're not a gamer like your grandchildren, but come on.
He doesn't invest into Dogecoin.
Oh well,
Tough
that's
saying.
why. That's the reason why.
Yeah.
Yes, just invest in Litecoin.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Yeah, no.
It's very unlikely Litecoin is the supreme coin,
I'm
right?
allowed
It's
to
Dogecoin.
watch
You know what?
it gonna pop off soon.
Elon Musk talked about this. He's like, isn't it ironic, or wouldn't it be ironic if the coin that was not designed to take itself seriously becomes the supreme coin?
Yeah,
That'd be funny.
That would be kind of ironic funny.
Yeah.
I might just invest in it soon.
Just if you're gonna invest into Dogecoin, just assume that your money's gone.
Well, that's basically what I'm doing with Litecoin.
No, Litecoin, I don't know. Good luck.
Okay. So,
All right, we have one more thing to talk about today. Before we close off, I know Charles is just about to close it off.
No, I was about to say my 2
Rant.
cents about billionaires
No.
go to space
Alright,
because
fine.
you didn't have anything to say about it.
All
I
right,
was
ciao.
giving you the spotlight. And you were just like, nah.
Nah, fuck that. All right, ciao.
Okay.
Last thought.
Okay.
before we
So
go to our last topic.
okay. So last thoughts about billionaires.
Yeah, last topic.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. So okay. Basically, if I can summarize the problem like this: economic system problems is when billionaire goes to space. Like what? Okay. Honestly, the entire base of Bernie Sanders that like I've seen, and this is sort of an idea that shared with a lot of socialists and communists, specifically socialists and communists. I'm not digging at IPOL progressives, although there's a lot of overlap. I'm specifically talking about socialists and communists. Their ideology seems to be predicated on a serious base of jealousy, and it's actually kind of funny, like in a weird way, because Bernie Sanders, I feel like he's the fucking like Wojak with like the mask, and he's like, we cannot let this happen. Billionaires are exploiting the masses during a pandemic and zooming around space with their big rocket ships while everyone struggles and starves and dies back on Earth. But the truth is, right, when you take off the mask, he's just crying that he didn't get to go to space with all of his socialist buddies. Like, if he were in charge, if he were president, and if he were, managing these things a little more closely, because, socialist, it would be him flying up in space, and you wouldn't hear a peep. You wouldn't hear a peep. Because, I mean, of course you wouldn't. The thing is, it's not that he's angry that, the common man, isn't also able to just randomly go to space whenever they feel like it, or that it's coming out of their pocket, which it's not. It's coming out of the billionaire's pocket, which is a very respectable move, right? The thing is, it's just envy. It's just envy that he isn't in the same position in life to do those same kind of things, which of course is ironic because Bernie isn't poor. He's actually kind of worth a little bit. He's just not. Yeah, he's a millionaire, but he's just not like, a 100 millionaire, and so he doesn't get to go.
He's a tax-funded millionaire, though.
Oh yeah, that too. He's a not really a politician, but he's definitely a candidate, and so he gets funding from the government. But I guess in communism, that's how everything is funded, so that's not really that surprising. But honestly, my last thoughts on billionaires going to space: Elon to the moon, Bezos, Mars 2024. Let's make it happen. And Bernie Sanders, the tissue box is right here, man. We understand if you need it.
Don't worry, we'll call tech support for you, Bernie. Don't worry.
All right. Now,
You might need more than that.
right? Okay, Sonny, let's end off the podcast.
Nah,
Yeah, Sonny.
One more topic for today, guys.
What's up?
It's about hate. Now we received
Oh,
a
yeah, I forgot about
hate
that.
comment.
Oh my God,
We're not
we're gonna look
Worst hate
so
mail, dude.
we're gonna look so pathetic. Oh my
Alright,
God.
So, we told you guys, if you guys have any comments on the podcast, we might, put it on the podcast. And guess what? This guy put his heart and soul in this comment, alright? I'm gonna read this out to you guys.
Okay, I will say, I have to preface this reading. Sorry, Sonny. I have to say one thing. I know this is going to sound petty as fuck that we're responding to our one and only hate comment, and it's not even really that hateful, but it's just slightly aggressive, I guess. But it sounds really pathetic that we're responding to it live on camera.
No.
We don't give two shits.
But frankly, to the person who left this comment. We really, really do appreciate you, voicing your opinion. But, like, also go fuck yourself. Like,
What? It's okay, not that for me.
Look.
Not that deep. All
If we
right,
get hate mail, we're doing something right, boys.
exactly.
yeah, it's a rite of passage for
Remember,
any
everybody
podcast.
who's successful. As
But
Elon
no,
Musk
but
said-
still, fuck you. Like,
okay, as Elon Musk once said, I don't fucking know. With success, there will always be people pulling you down and like trying to like give you hate and stuff. So that means we're going in the right direction,
exactly.
or the wrong one, which we're doing shit.
Honestly, I think we're just in a constant downward spiral, and we're never gonna get out.
Yeah.
And with that, Sonny, read
Now
the
let's
comments.
read. All right. You morons can't even read, and some of those tweets were said by other people. She was just replying to, it's like the Mexican tweet and the Julie BGC tweet.
By the way, let me just say something. This is about the Gwen Berry video. No, she wasn't quoting other people. She was responding to other people, but she used words of her own. Okay, so she
Exactly.
said those really fucked up things.
I mean, I didn't see any quotation marks nor the source of where she got those quotes from when we were reading them.
Okay, so
to
basically, we were getting clowned on for reading someone who stylizes their tweets wrong because of the stylization of the text. Okay, you know what? Yeah, thank
You know
you
what?
for
Thank
the
you for the
honest
criticism.
and genuine and sincere criticism. I hope you get run over by a train.
Wait,
This
whoa.
has been the
No.
Sons of Liberty podcast.
You're not. Thank you for the
This-
criticism, guys. Leave whatever criticism you have in comments. We
Yes,
honestly
yes,
don't care.
please. We will wish death upon
now-
you as well.
I will wish death. I will wish criticism. But
No,
seriously, guys,
Please, no. Criticize us. I want more people to write on my death note. Okay.
anyways, let's close off the podcast. Thank you guys for
Yeah.
listening. Please subscribe.
Karma's not a bitch, it's a mirror.
Right.
Comment on the video, like it, subscribe, do all the things. Your mother
Yup.
will survive. Anyways,
This has been.
I'm Kaika.
this
play
is
Destiny 2.
Sunny. I play Valorant.
And
Destiny.
Chow man, I guess.
You worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything, getting mad that a human thinks all lives matter. We don't need black or white or left or right. What we need is common sense. We need balance. We're all in the same boat. Why you trying to make holes? If they sink, we sink. This is madness.